And we are wrestling with the WWE 2021 Draft. It was last Friday and last Monday as well. Um, it seemed like it was slightly better from last year, where they just drew everybody on SmackDown from everyone that was previously on SmackDown was on Raw, and everyone that was on Raw was on SmackDown. Um, how did you feel about this draft?
Uh, hmm. Eh, it's. I mean, honestly, I don't think much has changed.
That's that's
I mean,
fine.
it's a few call ups from NXT, and I mean, yeah, let's get into it.
On Raw, it's official. Big E is drafted there. I felt like it was already official, but now it's fully official. Um, we'll
I
talk
mean,
about them later. But the New Day just got drawn right back. Kofi and Xavier got drawn to SmackDown as well. So that was a nice little reunion while it lasted. No.
I mean, I was hoping that one show would attempt to draft all the champions and be like, nah, nah, you can have a champion.
Isn't
Uh,
that kind of what happened when the first time around, the first draft in 2002?
uh, mm,
Kind of, sort of.
yeah, but then the World Heavyweight Championship was there 3 months later. So,
True.
um,
Next,
and
okay.
and we'll get to the New Day later here.
SmackDown Women's Champion, Becky Lynch is officially Raw now. I could guess why she was drafted, considering the Raw Women's Champion was drafted to SmackDown. No New Day, Street Profits switch as of yet.
Uh,
Um,
yes, there was.
oh, there was?
Yeah, the Street Profits are back on Raw.
No, I mean, will the Street Profits swap the belt with the New
You
Day?
mean you mean a belt swap? Well, hence why this draft doesn't technically go into effect until the day after Crown Jewel.
Then that would mean but Sasa would be winning the belt now.
Uh, I mean, considering that Charlotte is not scheduled for a title defense at Crown Jewel,
Which
um,
could always change. We're not, or it could just be on a random Monday Night Raw at this point.
there might be a Charlotte losing, and I would bet maybe we'll be seeing Bailey return soon.
It, it's SmackDown Women's Champion, Raw Women's Champion. Why not just change the names where it's not specific to a brand? And then you could have Becky Lynch come as champion onto Raw and Charlotte onto SmackDown. And there's no confusion as to what title they're holding. They just brought it over from the previous brand.
Because it's the color scheme.
Then
That's
change
all.
the color scheme. I mean, get new
Then,
belts. They all suck.
if they can just exchange belts, then there's no point. The belts have to have an identity.
But they don't have an identity now. I mean, they're just all carbon copies of the WWE Championship with just different color backings.
So are you saying women should have they shouldn't have the same looking titles as men?
But what I'm trying to say is, like, it's not like what you're how you're phrasing it, but give it its own identity. Give it not that it's just even the Universal Championship is a carbon copy of the WWE Championship. They're all the same title. And you could say, oh, it's equal to the WWE Championship, but I would just rather a different design for championship. That's all I'm really saying. But Becky Lynch is on Raw now. It kind of seemed like her stint on SmackDown was just because they needed her at that moment. What do you see her doing on Raw?
Probably feuding with Alexa.
Why, Alexa?
Well, probably. I think it would be interesting to see how Becky would fare as Alexa now. Uh,
True.
in terms of all the mind games, but we're also more than likely uh, we're gonna get Becky versus Beth.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna get it.
Next, drafted was Bianca Bellero. Um, Maybe not the best place to have her, considering she kind of fluttered in her first year in WWE being on Raw. She really got going when she got on SmackDown. Do you see that being the case this time around, or do you see that there is a possibility for Belair to shine back on the red brand?
I think there is possibility for her to shine on Raw.
We got Edge is now on Raw again. Um, I was kind of back and forward. I was kind of like Edge was better on SmackDown, but Edge has done some good shit on Raw. Raw, and usually you have one guy that's either really good on one brand or really bad on the other. Um, Edge is not one of those guys, right? He just fits in wherever you put him.
Yeah, I'd say that, and let us not forget that he is the only remaining member from the very first draft 19 years ago.
Yes. Well, that's a little sad.
Well, oh, okay, and you could technically also count Brock in there.
Brock wasn't drafted though.
Yes, he was.
Oh, Raw?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Um,
then when the title, he went right to SmackDown.
we got right up next Ray and Dominic Mysterio. A little
Well,
disappointing. I would have rather them be on separate brands, but
we're
are they?
getting a we're getting a second we're getting our second ever father versus son match in the WWE.
Who was the
They're building to
first?
it. Vince and Shane.
Yes, that's right. That is correct. Shane Vincent. Do you think it's leading to that, or do you think that they're gonna?
Oh, It's leading to that, and it's leading to a Dominic heel turn because it seems that Ray's career is in its twilight. It could be coming to an end, and if anybody should end it, it probably he would love nothing better than to have it done by his son. It's a very passing of the torch.
There was rumored that Dominic would take up the mantle of Rey Mysterio. Do you feel that that is an appropriate, um, you know, progression for him, or do you feel like it's like the new Rock and Roll Express, so to speak?
Oh, I don't think he's gonna take up the mantle of. I don't think he's going to be sticking to Dominic Mysterio. I think they may just end up calling him Dominic.
But it was
Um,
there was when he first came around, he was going to be Prince Mysterio. That would work, right?
no, no, it wouldn't. No, because one because of Finn Balor. Two, no, nobody with the name Prince in their name has ever had much success in pro wrestling.
Fair enough. Oh, a call up from NXT, Austin Theory. He was called up during the pandemic. Um, kind of worked, kind of didn't work. They sent him back to NXT. Now he's back. Do you see him making any type of a splash at this point? I know they
Um,
already paired him with Jeff Hardy, which is kind of below Jeff Hardy's standards.
I know his finishing move is the ATL, but I think they should change it to the WTF because what the blue fuck? Out of all the fucking talent on NXT, and you Austin Theory. Ah! This hurts my head.
Who would you who would you draft from NXT? Because right now they're kind of on their last legs at this point in terms of talent.
I I would have either called up Kyle to to kind of negate Bobby Fish in a way, or I would have I would have gone with Pete Dunne.
Well, Kyle O'Reilly they're grooming to be the next NXT champion, so that's not
No,
happening right now.
no, they're not.
Oh yeah, that's
They're absolutely not grooming Kyle O'Reilly to be the next champion.
well when it was still non 2.0, when it was just normal NXT day boys.
Burnbreaker.
Yeah. And Pete Dunne, I can make the argument that WWE don't want him because he falls under that category of quote unquote too small.
But Dunn also remained loyal to the WWE.
So did Mike Chioda, but he got fired.
Yes, but this was His contract was up for discussion almost at the same time as Adam Cole's, and they paid more attention to Pete Dunne's contract.
Yeah, and look where that got them.
I'm just like, just
But
hopefully Austin Theory, slips and falls in the shower and oops, can't wrestle anymore.
well, let's hope not that severe. Um, we got Seth Rollins, which makes sense because his wife is on the same brand, so we need the what's it called, the God of Drip.
He just has to follow where his balls are. So
Yeah, but this could be a really good change for Seth. I was kind of under the impression that give him a shot at Big E. Feed Big E somebody a big name that people will believe in Big E a little bit more than they already do. Do you see that happening?
no, in fact, I see that final blow off match with Edge. 4 words: Hell in a Cell.
Oh God. Well, wait a minute. There's no Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. We did that one already.
Oh, the match is happening. The challenge was thrown down last night.
Is it going to be a crown jewel?
I don't think it will be a crown jewel.
All right.
I
Well,
don't think Crown Jewel will allow that. Now next week,
because
uh,
Hulk's in the name.
um, yeah, I don't know how their rules against probably bloody matches.
We don't use blood anymore. This isn't blood and guts. It's not AEW, damn it.
Um, Now you challenge him to a Hell in a Cell match. Don't know exactly when that's going to happen. I'm not sure. It may.
Survivor
I
Series?
don't. It may have been for next week.
On
The
TV?
because of the World Series and the MLB playoffs, SmackDown's on FS1 next week.
Ah, you need people to watch.
Yeah, so
Another draft pick on Raw. We got Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens was always more of a Raw guy in my view, so I see him maybe doing something good on Raw once again. Maybe turn him heel, put him against Big E.
mm, I agree. Turning him heel, I wouldn't. Big E, I think, has to go through one more big name before a feud with Kevin Owens or any other heel makes sense.
Next up, we got the Street Profits. Um, this might be a good move for them because when they got drafted last year to SmackDown, they really drowned. Raw was really where they made their name. So you see them kind of picking up that momentum that they kind of lost going to SmackDown.
Mm, no, no, I still think they'll pick up on the momentum, and I think again, I think they'll get bigger, and I think they'll have a ton more success.
All right, we got Finn Balor back on Raw as well.
I called
Um,
that.
hmm,
I call that.
Yeah. And I I mean, it seemed like he was doing well on SmackDown, and now, nope, back on Raw.
Well, he has advanced to the semifinals of the King of the Ring, and we're getting spoiler alert as well. Sami Zayn also qualified over Rey Mysterio, so we're getting Balor versus Zayn. Um, and we'll get to Sami Zayn when we get to it. But Finn will most likely be in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament.
Hey, well, we'll see what happens there. Next up, we got Carmella. Said nobody.
Corey Graves.
Fuck Corey Graves. Uh, Gable Stevens. Not
And
going to.
everybody's like, wait, what?
I didn't even know he was signed.
Yeah, and I thought it was Stevenson.
Oh God, Stevenson.
No, it's Stevenson.
Stevenson.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll figure out what his name is when he comes on Raw. But no
I mean,
NXT for Stevens. Not even a developmental time. He's going to Raw.
I mean, this is very akin to when Mark Henry signed in '96.
Is it more Kenny or is it more Kurt Angle?
More Mark Henry because Angle wouldn't show up until 4 years after his Olympic win. 3 years.
Yeah.
Plus he was also looking at, maybe CW. Plus also Angle wanted to learn properly. They wanted to rush Angle on TV. And Angle wanted to learn to do it properly.
You think they're rushing Gable?
I mean, unless he's the world's greatest magician and has managed to be spotted training at the Performance Center, I'd say this is absolutely a rush. I think what they're planning on doing is a one-off with him for now against someone in like maybe like it's like catch as catch can rules. Maybe even against Chad Gable.
Maybe
You know,
possibly. I mean, Chad Gable Stevens.
Steve's son, as in son of Steve.
Steve's son. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, that's weird to the tongue.
We got Zelina Vega, Chad Gable Stevens, and why am I blanking on his name? It's not Brodus.
Otis.
Otis. There you go, Otis.
Why would? or were you just fucking around?
No, I did not. I did not remember Otis's name.
Did you really? You were really thinking Brodus?
I mean, everybody's like an Otis at this point. It's Brodus,
I
Bronson.
mean, he's not teaming with Riddle yet. I
Um,
mean, oh yes, put Otis with Arcade Bro. Boom, Arcade Brodus.
oh, oh god, oh god, oh god. This this shit writes itself. We got Apollo Crews and a Commander a Sneeze. Liv
What?
Morgan, Mia Yim. Didn't even know Mia Yim was still there. Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, the Dirty Dogs. Oh, my bad. Big Bob. It's Big Bob now, and DZ.
Darth.
Tamina, Tegan Knox, all drafted to Raw. Any names stick out to you, Scooter?
Um. hmm, Uh. Commander a sneeze.
And now we're going to SmackDown. The first person drafted from Raw, Raw Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair. According to spoiler sheets, the Fox Network specifically requested Charlotte Flair. Um, Rumor and innuendo, is or is it just called by WWE?
Maybe because USA was running all those freaking Car Shield commercials.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't know.
we got Drew McIntyre. And I could already see him being the guy that they say take down Roman, win the Universal Champion.
I don't.
Why do you say that?
Well, one, because Roman's already beaten Drew as champion.
But that just starts the story.
Yes, but they're doing the thing where nobody is beating Roman.
I mean, let's
And
say that The Rock does show up for WrestleMania. Do you honestly believe that The Rock is going to beat Roman for that championship? And second of all, does that just destroys your whole roster by having The Rock beat Roman Reigns and take the championship off of him? Because then you don't have a champion because you know The Rock's not going to be there. And you're depriving somebody that could have really made an impact by beating Roman.
see, that's the thing though, is that they're and they almost did this same thing with Brock until they lucked into Drew picking up so much momentum. But Drew's not going to pick up that same momentum again.
Well,
Um,
not where he is right now. They have to build it up.
see, Drew was Drew's momentum has leveled out. He's cemented at the top of the card, and now he'll always be there. But he's not gonna be the one to beat Roman. The WWE is going to book themselves into a corner. And the only possibility may end up being The Rock wins it and then forfeits it the next night or on the next SmackDown.
There was then you say that Drew is just the top guy that's not going to hold a championship on SmackDown.
Basically.
Alright. Hit Row was drafted from NXT. That's Dollar Top, Scott Swerve, Fab B, and Adonis D. Asante as
Swerve Scott, not Scott Swerve.
and according to no, I'm blanking out on her name.
B-Fab.
No, the manager goal.
B-Fab. Oh, Top Dollar?
No, the goal. The manager. That's with
B-Fab. Her name is B-Fab.
on SmackDown. Well, she's been antagonizing Naomi. Want to say it starts with a B.
Are you thinking of the woman, the female from Hit Row?
No, the one that's with Adam
Sonya
Pearce.
Deville?
Sonya Deville. Oh my God, yes. She got all of their names wrong. Deville, Sonya did not get one of their names right when she announced them.
It's Beeville, Dollar Swerve,
Fab, Adonis, Asante, Swerve. You see Seth Rollins doing anything significant on SmackDown?
I'm surprised Sonya just didn't say the Black Group.
Oh, God. Isn't that the New Day, though?
I wasn't going to go any further with that, and you just took it to a...
It's a joke. I don't mean anything by it.
Ooh. The court of public opinion.
Moving on, Jeff Hardy. He's on SmackDown now.
Who cares?
Anything?
I'm sorry.
Huh?
There's nothing left to care about with Jeff Hardy. I'm sorry. He's done it. He's done it all, and in spite of everything, too.
Yeah.
It'll be good to see him. Maybe he, gets an intercontinental a title push. He'll never be back. He'll never go up against Roman, at least on a pay-per-view. Oh, I'm sorry, Big E.
No, it's Roman. SmackDown.
Yeah, he is on SmackDown. Yeah, he'll go up against Roman on a pay-per-view.
I agree with you, honestly.
Yeah. And I hate to say it, but maybe it's time Jeff did actually try and
go to AEW.
Yeah. But then again, maybe Jeff will just retire to the Hardy family compound and spend his days in a dilapidated boat.
When Papa Shango just honestly pops out and turns him into Willow once again. Sheamus.
Or Sheamus.
Sheamus, yes. I mean, you put him where you want him, and he'll deliver because he's Sheamus.
But yet he's back with Cesaro on as a singles competitor.
Well, they don't set the bar; they are the bar. The bar. Shayna Baszler. I'm hoping that this might skyrocket Shayna and give her something to really sink her teeth into, like she was supposed to have maybe 2 years ago, but never really got it because of the whole Becky Lynch thing.
No, the pandemic is what killed Shayna Baszler's
Right.
push. Um, and now that Ronda Rousey is never coming back, I honestly think Shayna's success was dependent on Ronda.
Who said that Ronda was never coming back?
Well, she's gonna have a kid.
She had a kid
Or,
already.
well, she's gonna have another one probably. Um, but Ronda's not. Ronda's not coming back.
She'll come back in like 3 4 months. Guarantee you.
She came back last night. No, she didn't. Or did she?
Xia Li. She escaped the dragon lady, the 2,000-year-old dragon lady that committed murder, and now she's on Smackdown, traveling the world. Um,
Just please don't stick her with Asuka if they don't know what to do with her when Asuka returns.
yeah. Oh, was Asuka drafted?
No, because she's out injured. So she's a free agent.
Interesting. Well, I didn't even see that she got injured. But that means she's on Raw.
With
Well, anyway, we got the Viking Raiders next. I guess we're not going to do another anything you could do, I could do better segments with the Street Profits.
no, now we'll get it. We'll get it with the new deck.
We got Ricochet.
Ooh, I mean, see, they should have kept Sheamus and put Ricochet with him. They could have been Ricochet-mas.
Oh God. Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza.
Humberto Carrillo had potential.
Not with that baby face he did. I mean, when he came out for his entrance, you were waiting to hear over the comms. Ma'am, did you forget your child in this arena? Rich Holland.
Again, why?
Why not?
Why him? Why him over Pete Dunne?
Because he's jacked as shit and looks good.
So is Gunnar Harland, aka Brock 2.0.
Well, he's that guy is on NXT now, so you get one, you give one. It's a program now. Mansoor and Mustafa Ali.
Send him to the Mustafa system on Smackdown.
I'm just glad that they got Mansoor out of Carbonite, and he's actually living his dream at this point.
Yes, but we are going to see. Most likely, we're going to see probably the first ever all Indian stable.
with new draftees as well, Jinder Mahal and Shanky.
Shanky. Why? Why did they have to pronounce it that way? Shanky's
Shanky.
gonna shank. Shanky's gonna shank.
Damn, Shanky stinks.
I mean, it's supposed to be pronounced Sean Key after
Shanky.
the. Yeah, it's not supposed to be pronounced like, oh, somebody's getting all stabby.
You shank with a sieve.
I mean, and but why put? Well, okay, and I know why I put Veer again. Another. Who is naming these people? Are they really just going to like the random gimmick generator?
I believe it's a box where you put your hand in and you pull out the ticket.
Veer also means to look, so I mean he could be their Miro.
Well, Veer is on Raw, so
Yes, Veer is on Raw. Yes.
I would put Mustafa and Mansoor with Jinder and Shanky. They're not the same in terms of their gimmicks and all that good stuff. But
I mean, like, hey, the four Vishnu.
I mean, Mansoor is just an all-around nice guy that you don't really want to boo. I mean, I keep popping for him, so we'll see what happens. All right, and that'll conclude our coverage of the WWE Draft 2021.
Uh, uh, just a quick note. Keith Lee on Raw as
Bearcat,
well. Keith Bearcat Lee, Lashley stays on Raw. Damian Priest stays on Raw. We'll probably get Balor and Priest. Demon versus Priest. We gotta. Uh,
yeah,
Karrion Kross is officially Raw.
he's winning in
Dr-
life.
yep. Chad Gable is on Raw. Yeah, so Gable Stevenson.
Chad
Morrison
Gable Stevenson.
when he comes back is on Raw. T-Bar and Mace have been separated. Um,
Oh, that's right.
uh, 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 Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, Jackson Riker, and the Miz is also still on Raw, along with Morrison. I thought at least one of them would have gone to
I think they have
SmackDown.
to. I believe they're going to feud after he gets kicked off Dancing with the Stars.
Um, also on SmackDown, no longer King Nakamura, Rick Boogs, Drew Gulak, and Sami Zayn. Also Shotzi.
Yeah.
And Aaliyah from NXT. Funny enough,
Crickets.
nobody drafted Eva Marie.
Now she could be on both shows.
Or no show. That'd be good too.
Maybe she'll join what are they called? Toxic Pancakes? No. House of
What?
Intoxication?
Toxic Attraction.
Yes. Them.
Dude, have you eaten today?
No, I have that. But no, that seriously, just I messed that one up on purpose.
Thank God.
I mean
Or did he?
the way that Raquel blasted Joe Dolan with that belt, they need a new redhead, so
Gigi Dolan.
I said Dolan.
No, you said something before Dolan.
Raquel Gonzalez blasted
Blasted.
Dolan with the belt. Have
Could've
you
sworn
eaten?
No, I could have sworn you said something like Joel Dolan. I'm like, wait a minute. That's not a guy.
Good night, everybody.
Either way, they put together a great stable of wrestlers who have porn star names. So,
That'll conclude our coverage of the WWE Draft. The G1 still in full swing. We'll talk all about that next week on the show when we have people that know what the G1 is. I'm looking at you, Scooter.
oh, I know what the G1 is. I've been keeping track.
How dare you? Um, until then, please like,
Okay,
subscribe. Huh?
David Seville.
What'd you say?
I said, okay, David Seville.
David Seville?
You know, the guy who runs the Chipmunks.
Oh, I thought you were calling me the male version of Sonya Deville. Oh, whatever. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. Join us this Wednesday as we interview Megan Mason. Of course, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy. Use promo code WRESTLINGWITHE for 10% off your next purchase. Follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on Twitter and Instagram. And follow us individually as well. I'm at JamesJ993. Follow Kaliko at I am Kaliko, and where can we find Scooter Dust?
As always, find me on Twitter at Scooter Dust, and along, of course, the remix coming to you with Crown Jewel in just under 2 weeks. Me and James bringing you all the action on a great time to watch wrestling Thursday afternoon. And also catch me with the Smoking Dragons, Enrico Constantino Jr., twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons.
For Kaliko Yacht Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with
Pronunciation.
Fuck you. Entertainment.
Damn right.